Hi, good night, everybody. Welcome back to Wogmaba. We have a late start today, but it's a start nonetheless. And as always, on Wednesday nights, we do what we usually do, and we're going to play Sims. We're playing the Cafe Girl stream. I am nervous. I am nervous to play. I don't know why. I absolutely enjoy playing these girls, but something always goes wrong. Like literally last week was the quietest week that we had on Cafe Girls, and it was very smooth sailing. The girls did not have that many issues, but today we're gonna try to get the girls separate rooms because it's about time. They're two young adults living their lives, romancing it up, and for some odd reason they don't have their own rooms. So we're gonna try to achieve that today. We have our goal set out from last week that we have for the Sims today, which is to increase Sarah's fame, get the girls separate bedrooms, and name the chickens. We have very light and easy goals today. I'm hoping it gets better, guys. I cannot see chat as efficiently as I'm used to seeing chat, so I might be a little slower to respond. I do have my own stream playing so that I could at least see the chat. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out for me, but we'll see how that goes. But welcome back to Wugmaba again. Thanks so much for tuning in. And today I am not alone, and we're also changing things up a little bit. So for a little bit of the stream, I'm not sure that we'll have him for the whole stream. We do have Ty on with us. Say hi, Ty.
Hey,
It
good
is
to be
so
back.
good to see you, Ty. How are you?
I am good. Celebrating my birthday today. My lovely wife. Um, you go with Cyrus on this one, right? Or your Wugmaba
I
on
You can
this
call
one.
me Wug. Saris, I know people know
Wug.
me as Saris, but Wug or
I
Wugmaba
feel like
is
Wug actually
fine.
means something in the meme community, and I don't think it's very good.
Oh gosh, I hope
I'll have
not.
to look that up. I'll have to look that up. But yes, my lovely wife got me an amazing set of presents, cake, all that good stuff. It's been a great day. I did
I
spend the
burnt the
day
cake.
working, but I was with her, and I she did these amazing presents. And honestly, she's the best thing that could ever happen to my life.
You
But
too
yeah, it's good to be
sweet.
back on Wugmaba.
Man's coming here and gas me up. I'm gonna get chance. I did not start a chance. Yeah. So yesterday was I'm not yesterday. Yesterday was the cake. Today is Ty's birthday. Made a cake for lovely Thai, and it's a cheesecake, a big old heavy old cheesecake. I don't know if you guys know those big anchor cheesecake cheese cream cheese things, those big blocks. Yeah, I used two of those blocks in this no bake cheesecake, so it's heavy. She's hefty. She tastes good. The cheesecake itself tastes good, but I used actual graham crackers. Who told me to do that? Never again. We stick to our usual crackers. And then I tried to make this cherry sauce out of real cherries mixed with maraschino cherries. The flavor was perfect, but I burnt it. So we have a burnt sauce on top of the cheesecake, but the cheesecake looks great. I wish I was fast enough, like I had the speed to get the image off my phone and put it here, but we're not gonna do that. It's a pretty cheesecake and it tastes pretty good. So let's get into the game. So what we're going to be doing a bit differently, oh, and there goes the Sims music. What we're going to be doing a little differently in today's stream is that, normally when I play I talk about what I'm playing, which is fun. It's a lot of fun to just talk through what the Sims are doing. At the end of the day, unlike Minecraft or a few other games, you have to be very in-depth about why you're choosing what you're choosing for your Sims. But I think today we're going to try to carry on some conversations outside of Sims at the same time. It's going to be a bit of a new challenge. But we're gonna see how it goes. I can see chat. I'm getting messages. Look at that. And NT says that it sounds like you're putting Ty in the hospital. I just might, but that chunky cheesecake. She's a
Yeah, you gotta
beast.
tread careful with the cheesecake. It's a magical cheesecake that's kind of two in one in terms of the density. If any math nerds out there.
Yeah, yeah. She's heavy. Oh, it's telling me to update my wicked wings. I think we had this conversation last week. I like broken mods. We're gonna work. Oh, no! You don't speed along. We like broken mods for now. I promise I will update it. I say I promise, but I will try my best to remember to update it for the next stream because I do like to play with updated mods. But yeah, that cheesecake is chunky not only because of the amount of cream cheese that's in it, and the amount of sugar, but also because like in the center, I put caramel. So like the cheesecake, it's like the graham crackers, the cheesecake in the center is like a caramel filling. So like I have the caramel filling on the outskirts of the cheesecake, and then on the inskirts, the center, the center of the cheesecake is more of that filling, that cherry filling, and then the top of the cheesecake goes on like another layer of cream cheese mix, whatever you call it, and then you have this sauce on top, and around the edges you have those little buttercream dollops, and those, yeah, those just add a whole level of flavor, because those have a little bit of a rum flavor, that icing that I put on top, those dollops of buttercream icing, it has a little bit of a rum flavor to it, so it really creates like an interesting palette. So because I burnt the sauce, the cherry sauce, it tastes a little bit like black cake. The sauce tastes like black cake, you have the caramel in there, and you have the rum on the sides in the ice cream, so it's a really, really, really good combination of flavors. The flavors are nice, it's just a teensy bit too burnt to pull off that black cake flavor, but it really goes down well. And you can, like, because it's so tall, she's a tall cheesecake, she's about 3 to 4 inches tall. I think close to 3 inches tall in comparison to like my 2-inch tall cheesecakes, which are generally like a little flatter. She's chunky, but she's yummy. And I we'll see how we're gonna get her to disappear. If push comes to shove, we'll likely freeze half of her and eat the other half. No, but one of these days I will do my best to try to show you guys some of what I bake, because it's fun. I do a lot of baking. NNT says, just came from watching Barbados compete in the NBA 2K NA Esports finals. I did not know that Barbados was participating in those finals. How did Barbados do? Cross my fingers, hope that those results are good. This cheesecake will put me in the hospital just from listening to what's in it. It does. Like, when you do eat it, it does feel pretty heavy. Like, after we had I think Ty and I both had a slice, and it fills you. The slice fills you, and it's intense. It's intense. There's a lot of cheesecake.
Definitely very, very intense.
Yeah.
So like I went to ask when I saw you setting up the stream. You said it's time we had a little space in here. Am I assuming then that you have money now?
We have $1,034. Do with that what you will.
That does not answer the question.
I think it's more money than the 56 simoleons we started with last time. So we might be able to squeeze a room in here. So look, if you look at the back here, guys, we have a big room that the girls share. And they sleep in these cots, which is very uncomfortable. So we're going to try to upgrade the space. Now, likely what we'll have to do is that we'll have to bake, like run the store for about 3 days before we can upgrade. And we also do have this garden outside to tend to ensure that we can get some food and stuff to bring inside to be able to continue to run this store. So I think we're gonna try to make some space in here. We might pull this room back, make it a bit bigger so that you can split it in two. Or we might come a little wider so there's a bit more space in general in the house. We're gonna figure it out as we go along, but I mean, that's the fun of Sims. So I did say that we are going to play Sims, and I'm going to talk through what I usually do, like how I normally play, but we're going to talk about some other stuff on top of ooh, look, a big pile of leaves. We're going to have somebody playing those. We're going to talk about other stuff as we play, just to fill in some of the gaps and just generally just discuss a few things. So one of the things that I want to talk about, and of course I'm going to start controversial, is communication. Funny enough, Ty and I, we were having a conversation earlier about how people communicate, and I know there's a lot of discourse about the differences between men and women and how they communicate. And as I'm a woman, I'd like to think, and Ty is a man, I'd like to think. So we're gonna kind of have that discussion a little bit, because I thought it was very interesting, the opinions and whatnot that were discussed as 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 we had that conversation, I see in chat, Barbados did as you expect, lol, but they won last year, it seems. I feel bad that we do have lower expectations for Barbados. I do believe that Barbados does have talent, and generally, and not just in esports, but in sports and in general competitions whatsoever. I do believe that Barbados is brimming with talent, and a lot of it is just untrained and refined. So the issue that we have is that we just don't have the access to kind of like certain resources that we should have access to, or that people aren't considering that we need to have access to be able to kind of excel and push ourselves forward in what we try to do, like if it's esports or sports or whatever competitions are and whatnot, you know, the usual, or cow competitions like our girl Exotica participated in, and she got a second place cow. Yeah, so we are going to that's an interesting topic to discuss as well. I'm not sure if we'll do it this stream, but that's something to note. Sorry to hear about them doing as we expected, but I'm happy to hear that they won last year, and I hope that they'll win again next year. You seem unsure. I assume that's in response to me saying that I'm a woman and Ty is a man. You know, these things are questionable. Yeah.
As always. Man on occasion. It's 2023 after all.
Yeah, we should be able to, you know, switch in totality, you know.
So which things are we talking about tonight?
Okay,
you mentioned
so
a lot
for sure, just now, what interests me most is the differences in between the way men and women communicate, and I think we'll get into that in a little bit. I want to reintroduce where we left off last week with the girls and kind of get us started, because the girls do have to get out of bed. They have been sleeping. We do have to get these girls up and ready. So it looks like the person who's going to get up first is Sarah. And then we're going to take care of Sarah. I'm going to take care of Exotica and try to get them ready for a work day. We might open the store, but the cafe, but we may not open the bakery depending on how much we have. Yeah, we don't have that much. We really don't have that much. Oh shoot, no, it's set for sale. Clean up, set for sale. It's excellent. I just thought that it would have been trash. Okay, that's sad. Okay, so everything there is for sale, so we can open the bakery. Like, there are things there for sale, not the bakery, the store. Yeah, and all of these are for sale, so we can put those there, and I'll have her do some other stuff in between. So what I'll be doing as we kind of chat is just getting the girls ready. I'm going to be getting them out of bed. See if I can get Sarah up and have her open the cafe early in the morning, like at 8, and then let Exotica get up a bit later and get her to do some cakes and stuff to be able to sell on the store. And we can open the store around 12 and run it till about 3, so that at least we can get some sales and let Exotica restock this kitchen, this thing in the back here. We do have to see what we have in the fridge, just so we know if we have to order groceries. I think we should be good if I do this, because I mean, we could look here, but it doesn't really tell how much we can get done. I think that if we look here and we can do some cakes and stuff like that, yeah, we should have some cake. We could be able to do some cakes and stuff, just so that we can move along with what we have to do, because we need to get these girls some money so that they are able to be able to split their rooms. Aside from taking care of inside, Sarah will have to go outside and take care of the cows and the chickens. Chickens are hungry, so let's get that on the road. Let's get the girls doing what they're supposed to be doing. So you'll be seeing that as we begin to discuss a little bit about communication. I think Ty had something to say, so I'll let you begin.
Our female identifying friends, a lot easier than it can be to talk to men.
I have similar difficulties talking to women and men. I don't experience any difference in efficient communication. It doesn't really, like, both of those things. Speaking to both people is the same to me. I don't notice any more efficient for men or women, but I do find that men are less efficient in talking than they think they are.
That's interesting, considering that. Well, first of all, would you consider yourself to be the conventional female?
It's funny that you asked that, because you know I'm gonna say no. I am conventional in many ways, though, so I wouldn't say that I am completely non-conventional. I do believe that I'm conventional in many ways, but lots of people who are around me do consider me a bit unconventional in the way I do things.
Yeah, it's a question if that actually is a factor in everything, especially, and then there's things like masculine and feminine energy to take into consideration um, with how people connect, because that's kind of what masculine energy is supposed to represent, right? Like the Fibonacci sequence, there's the swirl, which is supposed to represent feminine energy,
Freedom and yes.
yes, and then there's the much more direct method, which is meant to is meant to represent masculine energy, because men are supposed to be a lot more direct. So it's interesting that you would say that men tend to be inefficient. Was it?
Well, I would say that they are equally as inefficient or efficient as women in communication. I do think that they're both equal. What I did say though is that men are not as efficient as they think they are at communicating. Oh my god, that did not go well, that interaction there with the chicken. That was terrible.
They're not as efficient as they think they are.
As they
women,
think they are, because I think
or men.
because based on the because okay, so just to give a little bit of context, earlier we had a friend come over and we were having a discussion about men and women and the way they communicate, and the consensus for that individual was that women are a bit roundabout in the way that they communicate. And my take was that sure, yes, but men are also quite roundabout in the way that in the way that they communicate as well. It just really depends on the person and how they've learned to communicate. And that was the general consensus for me. However, we're not the only persons that have ever had that conversation or came to the conclusion that men and women can't communicate to each other, or men think that women can't communicate efficiently. That is a general belief that people have. So it's very interesting then to be like, okay, well, if that's a general belief, and personally I believe that everybody communicates differently based on how they were raised and who they are, then where did that opinion come from? Does it truly hold true? Like, and then how do we become more efficient communicators? Oh, look at that, we got 700 and Exotica. It's either that, or I kind of put these against this wall here. So if I were to just do this, I would have to put these. Oh crap, can't do that. I'd have to put this against this wall. Like that. So that then the girls can come in here and then they go to their separate rooms. And then this is just a room within itself. So, I mean, these are things that we have to consider with how I expand it. But I'm thinking about 5K for this.
Why did you get a desk that large for a place that small?
Well, no, it's not that I got a desk this large. It's that what she's doing to make some extra money is that she is she's trying to make videos online. So kind of like what I am doing right now. But she's a stream. She just makes videos and posts them online. And because she's doing that, she needs this whole video station to do it. Like it's an item. It's an entire item, right? You need it's just a whole item. So it's a recorded video. Then you have to post updates and all that kind of stuff you got to do. So unfortunately, it does pick up that amount of space, guys. I am seeing that my stream is dropping every now and then. I am wondering if it's the Wi-Fi that I'm on. That'd be really sad. I should probably use Ethernet. I probably should. That's smarter, but alas, let me post some updates. And let's open the after that, then let's open the what do you call it, the cafe, because we do need the cafe girls to make money. These don't need anything. Yeah, so okay. These plants are well taken care of. Oh, can water them. And we can get her something to eat. We can get her that fruit salad that I had seen in the fridge. And then we can kind of get the day started so these girls can make money. grab a serving. I don't know how much that's gonna be, but yeah. So yeah, I don't mean to put a big table like that in there. I do believe that I think the table is a bit too big, but maybe because of the upgrade you can get on the table, it gives you that space. Okay, so we're gonna have to pull out Bixby, guys. The ever faithful, untrustworthy Bixby, crouching on the ground with worm. No, please don't do this to my. I just read it. I pre-read it, and oh no. Crouching on the ground with worms and dirt, no thank you. Exotica is not reaping whatever it is that she is sowing. Is it time to admit that she dislikes gardening?
Ooh, spicy.
Because if she dislikes gardening, guys, that means that we're going to have problems with her trying to grow her own stuff. You see, this is the reason why I probably shouldn't have Sims do things while they're in a bad mood. Because
That's not how that works.
So I believe, no, I may not be right, don't quote me. So if you have a sim attempt to hobby when they're feeling uncomfortable or angry or they're feeling some kind of negative emotion, they might get the prompt to ask if they dislike gardening, dislike the hobby that they're doing because they're upset while they're doing it. If the sim has a positive attitude when they're doing the hobby, it may say, it may likely give you the opportunity to let the sim enjoy what they're doing. So I have put myself in this